Hey guys, so I've been trying to make this video for a while. I hear you guys. Should've known that was gonna happen. I hear you guys. The weather has just not been cooperating. It's like every day I have some time to get some vlogging in. It's 20-mile-per-hour winds, it's rainy, so I apologize for that. But what I wanted to cover today is how we save money building our own shelters. And like the dawn, you broke the dark. So you can see this cow run-in behind me. We actually built this, I want to say like 5 months ago. Hey girls. We built this for ourselves for a little over $1,000. Now we did look into buying something the same size that was already pre-built, kind of the same design. It was gonna cost us over, I want to say $5,000. Now I don't know about you all, but doing this as a hobby right now, we didn't have $5,000 to spend on a run-in, especially when we had to build a chicken coop, we had to build chicken tractors, and we had to build a goat and sheep run-in. So it wasn't really practical for us to spend that amount of money. So I wanted to show with you guys how we figured out how to save money and still have a really, really nice end product. She loves attention. What are you doing? She's just like resting on the brightest shade of sun I had ever seen. I'll show you guys the first run-in that we made. She's crazy. We spent a couple $100s on it, but what we found is we can buy 2x3s from our local Habitat for Humanity. We call it 3 Store. We can buy 2x3s for, I want to say 75 cents a stick. And they also sell OSB sheets of plywood for $5 a sheet. So again, for a couple $100s, we were able to throw together some shelters. We gave the cows their run-in, and we also designed a chicken coop with a small run-in for them for probably under $500 to do everything. 2 years later, they're kind of starting to fall apart because we didn't put that much time, we didn't put that much money into them because we didn't know exactly what we would need or exactly what we would want in those shelters. So now that we kind of figured out what we did wrong, what we really want, my husband actually designed all our run-ins, and so far they've been perfect. So we're gonna mock this cow run-in for all our other shelters. So I'm going to show you guys the first run-in that we actually ever built. We're currently using it for the goats and sheep. Again, it's working for them for the time being. We're going to build them something nicer. And that'll be easier to do everything and feed them because it's a pain feeding them right now. Alright, you can see their run-in. It's really, really simple design. Just framed out with 2x3s, some OSB, some paint, and a tin roof. That's it. So they're gonna get a lot nicer house here soon. So everyone thinks I brought treats for them. I did not. But I just wanted to show you guys that this shelter is by far ideal, but it worked for us for 2 years. In those 2 years, we were able to see exactly what we wanted in our shelter. We were able to see what worked, what didn't work. So I don't see that as money wasted. We were able to get a lot out of it, and now when we do put more money into it, we're gonna get exactly what we know we need. So here I wanted to show you the 2x3s I was talking about from the Restore. In this pile here, we probably have 200, give or take. We've used some out of this pile that we bought a couple weeks ago. We spent $150 for that. I did the math of what it would cost us to buy 2x4s at Lowe's the other day we were there. It would cost us $650 to buy pretty much the same thing at Lowe's. So right there saved us $500 on all these shelters. And again, you can buy OSB at our local Restore for $5 a sheet. Off the top of my head, I think they're between $15 and $20 a sheet at like Lowe's or Home Depot. So there's another huge cost that would go into building your own shelter. But this is just the frame that we finished for one of our chicken tractors. I want to do a video showing you guys the entire process of how we built it. We do have one done, so I'm going to show you that. So you can see we did pretty much the same concept as we used for our cow run-in, just on a smaller scale. We still have the board and batten. I'm going to try and stain that today. Then we didn't use chicken wire. We used a heavier gauge wire that we got from Tractor Supply, same red roof. And then the roof actually hinges open so we can get to the chickens. So I just wanted to show you guys how this opens. We want to put a handle on the top so it's easier to open. Right now I have to reach under and feel for the plywood. Just put this little thing in here. That'll let us feed the chickens, give them water. We're gonna be putting our Cornish cross in here. But I just wanted to show you a quick size comparison as far as a bantam in here. So the idea with these is they're gonna be on this part of our property. We're gonna start them up here somewhere and move them every day on fresh grass all the way down. And then we're actually gonna have the pigs right alongside next to them. But they're gonna be in the electric poultry netting, so they'll only need to be moved about once a week to stay in line with them. So here's kind of our raggedy chicken coop, to put it nicely. It works, but again, it's not the prettiest. And the new chicken coop is actually going to look exactly like our cow run-in that I showed you earlier. Just about 2/3 of it is going to be wired in as a bigger run for them, because we are getting, let me see, 25 silver sea bright chicks and 25 Easter egger chicks, and then we'll have our 25 Cornish cross chicks at the same time. So we're getting 75 chickens here in April. I want to say mid-April, so that's exciting. Also nervous at the same time. It's a lot to take on. This year is going to be a busy year for us. We have the chickens, we have the garden over here I'm going to show you in a second. We have our goats are kidding for the first time this year. We're going to be breeding our kune pigs, and our cows are going to be calving. So we're taking on a lot, but it's going to be really exciting. We're going to see a lot in return this year compared to the first 2 years that we started this, kind of preparing to get where we are now. So here is where our pigs prepared our garden for us. This is their, again, raggedy shelter. It's just 2 sheets of plywood, but again, it worked. So I'm not complaining. The pigs aren't complaining. They had somewhere dry. There was a back portion of that, but it fell off. So they actually got their new houses right there. I just have to stain it. Just a miniature version of the cow shelter again. I love how it turned out. I'll have to show you guys a closer look here in a second. The pigs want some scratches. Hi, Akron. Hi, Akron. And I have to say, if anyone is considering pigs that doesn't have a lot of property, Kuni, I can't say enough good things about them. They're so friendly, they're so easy on the land, just everything about them's awesome. I can't wait to have piglets this fall with them. So, back to our garden. Josh actually found out by someone else's vlog, I can't remember who it was, that you actually have to let pig manure break down for 60 days before you can plant on it. So we got the pigs out as soon as possible. We're letting that kind of break down. And I want to show you guys our garden plan. When I go inside then, I want to show you what one of our friends, Candace, did for us. It's awesome. I'm so excited to have a great garden this year, because last year we had no idea what we were doing. We just kind of did it. We just planted it. We did what we thought it was right. It wasn't right at all. It wasn't a good year for gardening either. We had a lot of rain. So basically, what we got out of last year's garden is a lot of pig food, and realized we needed help. So we're getting help from someone that knows all the ins and outs of what to do, what not to do. So she's been a huge help, and I'm really excited to see that start here soon. Hi, Jack. You gotta move, bud. You gotta move. Hi, pork chop. Hey, pork chop. What are you doing? Jack, what are you doing? Nosiest buck I've ever met. So here's our pig shelter. You can see the size of it. Even the goats can walk in it if they want. But the idea behind this is, again, it's mobile too. We have the eye hooks, hook a chain to it, and Josh and I can drag it. It is a little heavy, but we'll only be moving it once a week, so we'll make it happen. But I really like how it turned out. And for this, I would have to break it down to see how much we actually spent. Hey, I'll give you attention. To see how much we actually spent on it. But I want to say, I don't know, $300 or $400 for just the one shelter. I could be completely wrong. I'll do the math and figure it out. I don't want to guess. If any of these things, the pig shelter, chicken tractors, the cow run-in, if they look like something that would suit your needs, he's going wild. If it looks like something that would suit your needs, let me know, and I'll email you the plans that we have for them, just because I know how hard it is to come up with something a little bit different than, you know, your generic run-ins or coops, that kind of thing. If you want to do something a little different, let me know, and I'll shoot you an email with it. And in other exciting news, our does are starting to show. They're starting to get their little baby bumps. We're expecting kids end of May, early June. He's really showing off today. I don't know why. So Jack is doing his job. That's good. We're really excited to get some kids. So I don't know how many of you guys watched our polywire electric fence install. I'm telling you, he's crazy today. But just an update on that is it's going perfectly. The goats respect it. The pigs respect it. Jack hasn't jumped it at all. And he was the one that was actually jumping. Jack, you gotta stay down. He was the one jumping our electric netting. So, well worth the time, well worth the money. If anyone's thinking about doing it, just do it. It's so much better than the headache dealing with any other fence. Isn't that right, bud? Huh? Isn't that right? I wanted to show you guys what my husband came up with before we started building all these shelters. Normally, he would come up to me with, you know, a Post-it note or a napkin or something with his little drawings on it. You can see here. this is what he would come to me with his ideas. He went all out for this one. So I wanted to show you guys. It's actually really impressive. So that's what I was saying. If anyone wanted plans, I have them. It would be very easy to send to you. So he did here. Here's the portable chicken coop. It's not quite the same as this. There will need to be some adjustments as far as the height. I think the one out there was 1.5 feet. We, instead of doing the door here, we did the hinged roof. But again, that could be something that could be changed very easily. Here is our chicken coop that we are gonna have. The designs for that. And then he's been a little ambitious here. Here's maybe a future greenhouse. Not gonna happen this year. Told him I wanna see how the garden goes this year before we do anything like that. And then another cool thing that he made for us is he got our property printed out on GIS and laminated it so we can use whiteboard markers, and this can just let us keep track of where everything is, what we plan to put where, that kind of thing, so we can kind of keep things a little better organized. So let me show you guys that. See this big question mark here. He wants to have a little orchard in the backyard. Here's where our garden is. The chicken coop is right about here. That's where we're gonna be putting the permanent one as well, so we're gonna put that on. We have our electric fence lined out. These are our kidding pens, our other pasture. And then this is what I was explaining as far as the Cornish cross chickens and our pigs. They're gonna move every day for a week, and then we're gonna move the pigs to the next part, and then by the second week, the chickens will be starting on their next patch. And then we have the cows pasture there. A big thing that we learned while homesteading this year is there's certain things that we're better off not trying to do ourselves. The biggest thing for us is gardening. We wasted a lot of time, a lot of money last year trying to have a very successful garden by ourselves when we really didn't know what we were doing. So this year, we're being a little smarter. We've actually asked for help from one of our good friends that is a professional gardener, to say the least. And she has already helped us out so much with this year's garden. I'm so excited to see how it goes. But so far, she has mapped out our entire garden for us. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but here's just the diagram she gave us of the layout of where we're gonna put everything this year. And she actually gave us this spreadsheet of what crops we're planting, whether it's gonna be a seed or a transplant, how we're gonna space those out, when they're being started indoors, if they're gonna be transplanted, when we're gonna plant them outdoors, and how many plants she has started for us. And to add to that, she even went above and beyond to give us step-by-step instructions on how the best way for us to prepare our garden would be. So we're gonna be doing that here in the near future. But I guess the biggest thing that I'm just trying to get across to you all is don't be afraid to ask for help. People wanna help you. They wanna see you succeed, and they wanna see you get that fulfillment out of what you're doing. So if they've mastered it over the years, they're gonna be more than happy to share that information with you. Whether it be gardening, whether it's to have one milk goat, whether it's to have chickens, there's people out there that can help you be successful in whatever you wanna do. So I hope you guys got something useful out of this video. Like I said, we have a lot of things going on the next couple months, a lot of things that need to get done. So I promise I'll do a better job at sharing those things with you.